All right, we are live again on YouTube. Welcome back to the live stream. Thank you, every one of you, for joining yesterday. Let's get going today. 30 minutes until market open. Morning, K-Doc. How are we today? Okay, overnight. So yesterday when I left the stream, I didn't take another trade. It just basically short squeezed all the way. We lost a trade. I think it was somewhere here. Yesterday, one trade took the L on that, and didn't trade for the remainder of the day. It just short squeezed for the remainder of the PM session. You can see we front run just slightly the previous week value area high, rejected, came down to the previous week LVN, and massive bounce off there based off the ADP report. ADP report was bad, so that's put some, I think, Fed rate cuts on the board again. However, we just got data for the PPI, and PPI is actually for September was higher, 2.7 compared to 2.6 expected. So PPI inflation isn't going in the right direction. So we are in a bit of a dilemma right now, or a stagflationary dilemma. So there's a split Fed right now, split Fed. This is why the market is completely uncertain right now. Retail sales was not good. Padded ADP, yeah, it probably was padded. Nonetheless, the unemployment number came out last week, 4.4. So none of the employment metrics are going in the right direction. That's why I think we're still going to get some form of a recession. I don't know if it's going to be the big crash that everybody's predicting. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. But I do see some form of recession and a deleveraging event sometime in the next 12 months. I do see something happening. Whether that brings about a massive crash in the market, I don't think it's going to be one of those. I think it's going to be pretty short-lived. I think we'll get a recession. They'll turn on the printers again. There's a lot of people saying that the printing isn't going to solve it this time, but printing money has solved the problem for the past 15 years. So why would you say it's not going to do it this time? Yeah, it's going to fail at some point, but I think you need a lot more for the bubble to burst. The way people are describing it, some people that it's going to be the biggest crash in history. You need a lot more to go wrong than just slightly high on unemployment. AI, but I don't think AI is in a bubble. The companies, especially Nvidia, they're breaking records every single quarter. So if they're producing numbers, then how can it be in a bubble? It's still trading at 25 price to earnings ratio. Before the dot-com, Cisco was trading over 200 price to earnings. So it's not similar right now compared to that era, not in my opinion. So I do think there's going to be some form of recession. I still predict it'll be a mild one. We will have a deleveraging event next year. Maybe something in the bond market will break, and then we should see some form of a pullback or a bear market in equities. It's already started in crypto, but I do think it's going to spill over into equities. When it happens, I have no idea. Anyways, enough of the macro. Let's see what we're going to do today in terms of our levels that we have marked. The levels I have marked are a lot more clear on ES today than NQ. So I'm going to use ES levels. I'm going to use the ES levels and then trade on NQ as the proxy. So ES for me, I'm looking more at these. SPY right now is right here. I'm looking at SPY level of 667. This level here for a possible long trade. But I think if that is lost, then the market could tumble quite quickly. Right now QQQ's actually lost the 0 gamma level. The next gamma support for QQQ is all the way down to 600, which is a massive drop, and this could drop quite quickly now based off that inflation report. So we need to be very, very careful today. SPX is probably going to open somewhere here. First support 6680, and then we've got 6666 as your next support. If that fails, then this thing could come down quite fast. Okay, because once you break the gamma line and we get into negative gamma, then this thing could unravel very quickly. So we're on the edge at the moment of being bullish or bearish. Another thing we did have today is ES swept the previous day high. NQ did not, so we have divergence between the two indexes, and some people play off that. No, ICT people like to play off that. So yeah, we're selling off. We are selling off. This area really, it's not great, this area. This whole area, just how we flushed down and we got through it quite quickly as well. There just isn't much support unless the market starts consolidating, builds support here. This is a very damaged area of the chart, so we could get some consolidation in here. We may get a fast drop and then just chop this area, try to repair a lot of that damage. But those traders that were not able to sell inventory during that drop, like I said to you yesterday, they had the opportunity to sell now and they're selling. Okay, that's why you're getting these pullbacks. So we do need to be very careful. We do have somewhat of a support at 722 as a possible support level, but I'd want SPY down here first, and SPX at this trigger level before I was going to entertain a trade on that. So that's pretty much the plan. Why would I not take the short right now? Well, you're pre-market, so a lot of this is not making a lot of sense. Pre-market volume doesn't really make sense, and right before open, it's generally it drops one way and then goes the other way. So if 30 minutes before we're selling, they're collecting orders just to trap those guys and reverse. And you could be a trader that's trapped in this, and you get squeezed to the other side, only for then the original move to go back down. So right now, half an hour before market opens, a dangerous time to take a trade, in my opinion. I don't like taking trades 30 minutes before market open, because I've seen that story play out so many times. People get bearish, it squeezes them at the open, only for it to go into the direction that it originally wanted to. But it's fucked everybody that was short pre-market or long on the other, on the opposite side. Yeah, you can see even this is such a key level. I wasn't at my, well, this happened for me, what time? I wasn't at the computer, but this was a juicy level because it was the previous week low volume node, and it was actually this week's LVN as well. You can see right there the slice in the volume. That's a really nice level to be trading from. Well, if we lose this, I think we're coming all the way down to the value area low down here in this area right here. Let's take a VIX, look at the VIX. My thinking was correct on this. I did think we'd get, well, to the suppression. How much of a sell off we get this week and a rise in VIX, I'm not too sure. I'm not thinking that traders will want to position weekly call options because, like I said yesterday, they're going to get hit with the theta decay. Theta decay's time-based component in options, and if you are a buyer of options, time is against you. Essentially, that's what it means. And you will get killed on time with options. That's why even with 0 days to expiration options that expire on the same day, usually they get closed in the PM, because a lot of people will be getting screwed on data if it runs into the PM sessions. So a lot of options get closed by like maybe lunch or just after lunch. But this is a good sign. Hopefully this doesn't start rapidly moving back up again. But if it stays under this pivot, longs are more likely to play today. All those support levels way down here. It's either that or we get a double bottom of the LVN and start moving higher. That is also a potential scenario that could happen. We sweep this, take a little bit of liquidity, and move higher. Starting to get some movement back higher. NQ is very close to that 24,822. This pivot here, so we could well see the market go and collect that liquidity to move higher, and that's an important level right here. So that is a possible trade here, back higher. But I'd want to see the bulls step in at that level. If I get a sweep and I see some bulls step in, I may take a long on that. So potential long here, and then potential long here on SPY. That's pretty much what I'd want to see, because that's a big fall on QQQ. SPX will be interesting to see where it opens. Let's do a participants. Say bullish or bearish. Start a little poll for you guys. Can have some fun in the chat. Yeah, I think I've started my streaming journey probably one of the toughest periods. Volatility is expanding. If I started in a couple of months ago and vol was really low, it would have been a lot easier to show some of these trade setups that I usually take. Right now, you've got to be flexible, you have to be adjustable, because this is a different type of market right now. Well, I'm pretty sure, right, that Q4 always produces this type of volatility. Let me have a look. Can I put this to 3 month? Okay. So October, big spike. Last year. Let's see, October again. Big spike, volatility. Let's move it to weeklies. This is January 2005. October, November. Yeah. Oh, that's 2020. That's April, December, October. The volatility is actually quite low. It spiked in December. Towards the end, let's take a look at 2023. November started going up again. (2022) 24, 25. Well, (2020) October was really high because we just came off the COVID crash. But yeah, there's no real correlation there, to be honest. Right now, just vol is suppressing, which is a good thing. But this has been tough to trade, that volatility. It's just right here. Really tough to trade. Irrational market. You get a very irrational market when that happens. (20 minutes to market open). Let's get ready to trade. Let's get ready to trade. Now I'm gonna hit it with one account if I get that sweep. Uh, 40-point stop on it, because if we carry on selling, I think we're gonna sell quite a bit then. So I'll keep my stop tight. 40-point stop. If it doesn't work out, get stopped out on there, because I expect a bigger sell-off. And we've got better probability of a setup lower down. ATR is 13. Right now on a 2 minute, which is not crazy. I expected it to be a bit higher with that news, to be honest. What are you hitting? What do you mean? What am I hitting? I'm waiting for a sweep of this. Waiting for a sweep of 822. Get a sweep. If I see some buying coming in, I'll take the long. Probably back up to here. Into this little LVN. So that's my payout, probably up to here. So from about here, 40-point stop would be about here. And I will set the take profit around 80 points. Almost a 2-to-1 that would be. By stepping in, I can see a lot of liquidity under the lows. A lot of liquidity stacked. You see on the order book, a lot of liquidity is stacked right here. You can even, when you zoom in, you can see the size of the orders that are stacked in the level 2 DOM. So yeah, I think they're just collecting liquidity to probably sweep that level. ES is, the sweep on ES is going to be lower, so we may get another divergence between the indexes. Right, so you can have a scenario where ES doesn't sweep the low, puts in a higher low and reverses, and NQ is a lot closer, so NQ sweeps, and then we get an opportunity to get a divergence on the other side for the bulls instead of the bears that time around. So 2 reasons why I'm taking it: important pivot, liquidity sweep under the low. If I see some buying coming in, bull stepping in, I'll take it. Doesn't mean it's gonna have to work. It doesn't mean it has to work, but it's an attempt to take a trade. and it's methodical. We've laid out the plan, we've made our plan pre-market, and that's what we're going to do. No random guessing, no, oh, this is happening, let's take this now, let's chase this. No, we've set our plan, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to trade according to the pre-market game plan, and that's super important. The game plan can change on a trend day. I wasn't trading here, but I did say we were likely getting a trend day here. So when you get that dip into the LVN like we saw here, there was a possible long setup, but I don't think I was at my computer at that point. So that's the time when you can adapt. Even if your pre-market pivot's not there, you know, we didn't have a pre-market gamma level or any level, that we didn't really have anything here. But it's a level created based off market structure on the day. So just waiting. Market's getting aggressive now to the downside. A lot of shorts are coming in. What the hell just happened there? Okay. We might just start tanking. If this level's lost, might start tanking down all the way here and then consolidate for the rest of the day and get a move later back to the upside. That's kind of my thinking today. But we could also collect that liquidity, go back up, and then come back down here. Then consolidate rest of the day and start moving higher. It's a possible scenario. Any more news? Anyone talking today? Nothing right now. Let's search TradingView economic calendar. 1 minute to open as well. Okay, so we got CB consumer confidence at 10, business inventory, the Richmond manufacturing index 10 o'clock. So we do have some news at 10, pending home sales as well. All right, about to get going. We are about to open. We are, oops, we're not open. Oh, we're pumping. Market's open. A lot of delta coming in for the bulls. Getting absorbed. Yeah, they're reloading. About to sweep. Yes, is way off. Yeah, the sweep is coming. Very, very close to the sweep right now. Okay, we just swept the level. Okay, I'm taking it. Took a long on the sweep. It's not a great sweep. And my entry is absolute garbage as well. Didn't fill me at the right price. But hopefully we can start pushing towards the 900s. Really bad entry I got on that. Trying to push, you can see the delta's all positive, but it's getting absorbed. Let's see if they can carry on pushing this through. VWAP is towards the 900s. If you can get to VWAP, I'll be looking to exit. But not liking the entry that I've got. Come on, just push through. You collected liquidity. Some liquidity, not a great amount. Yeah, not looking great, to be honest. Shorts are pushing. Stay patient with it. Struggling here, the bulls. There is a battle between the bulls and the bears right now. Next 5-minute candle might bring us down. Push through, come on bulls. Really nice buying. Yeah, I didn't get a good entry. I don't know why. My entry was really bad. I think I got screwed with slippage. Order flow really bullish right now. A very sloppy open so far. Very sloppy. I would have expected to see faster move to the upside after the sweep. Not really getting that. I think this market doesn't want to sell off, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of deltas getting soaked right now. It's getting absorbed. We're not really, bulls are not really getting anywhere with the delta. But hopefully it can give us the bounce required to get out of the trade. Come on, keep pushing. Keep pushing, reloading the bid now. Really good. Really nice. Get up to VWAP. Come on. Get us up there. Yeah, trying to sell off here. Yeah, this market really wants to sell. By the looks of it, it really wants to sell off. So at least can get us up to 900 into this zone. But it's so weak. Really, really weak. Yeah, it's super weak. This market's super weak. Yeah, this isn't looking good, to be honest. It's looking really, really weak, guys. ES is a monster, but NQ isn't. ES is ripping right now. And NQ is selling. Not a good sign. Could be a catch-up trade for the NQ. But NQ is not showing good signs. It's chopperoo NQ right now. NQ wants to sell. You're getting divergence between the indexes. NQ really wants to sell off. Must be tech selling. Come on, NQ, push it. They're struggling. Every time the delta's kicking to the upside, it's stalling. But how much absorption are the limits going to do on the bear side? If the aggressive bears don't come in, this price is only going to go one way, and that's higher. Because limit shorts can only hold aggressive longs for so long. And if aggressive shorts don't come in, then prices got nowhere to go but higher. This is not looking good. Not a good sign at all. Selling off. Yeah, now look at the delta. Just kicked in. I'm out of the trade, by the way. Could have got some good points on that, but my entry was really bad on that. Now we're selling. Didn't even have the legs to get up here. If I got my entry, a normal entry, I don't know why I got so much slippage on there, but it was the opening 5 minutes, and that could happen. It would have got 50 points. Yeah, now you can see it's just complete smashed. VIX isn't doing much though, and that's because the ES isn't selling off as hard as NQ. Nowhere near. ES almost got back to the highs. Yeah, your next trade is gonna be SPY here, 667. I'll be waiting for that. QQQ's lost its pivots. SPX, I'd want to see it down to 6680. Not sure if it's going to get down there. At the same time, SPY gets to here, 666, 667, sorry. But you can see the idea was right. We didn't sweep here. We got divergence. We did get some buying. I would have taken probably 2/3 of the position off here if I had got my normal entry, but because it happened in the first 5 minutes, the slippage was crazy, and I ended up getting a really bad entry on it. NQ is coming all the way down to the value area low of previous day. NQ is so weak. Come on, hit them at the same time. That would be right, really nice. I think we'll get a bounce. I think we should get a bounce, man. It's unlikely we get a repetition of last week, in my opinion. Being a short week, yeah, it's bouncing right off the value area low right now. And SPY front running again. If this doesn't hold, yeah, we could capitulate quite quickly. Yes, it's almost swept. NQ's trying to bounce off its value area low here. And yeah, that's an important level for Nasdaq. Run straight through. Bears again, really aggressive here. Really aggressive. Yeah, we're getting some buyback on it. Okay, I'll take along here. Small size because volatility is expanding. Yeah, still selling, really aggressive to the downside. SPY is losing that level. NQ trying to hold. Yeah, getting really aggressive, isn't it? Yeah, VIX is starting to climb. Come on, hang in there, market. Give us something. Hang in there. It's trying to fight here. It's definitely trying to fight. A lot of aggressive buying is coming in, but they're getting absorbed right now. A lot of delta. Wow. It's not getting anywhere right now. Really nice aggressive delta. Come on, get at least a retrace. Get some buying going. Come on. Come on, market. Get back inside value. If you can get back inside value, that'll be a really good sign. If you can just get back above here, we can trade back higher. Right now, bulls are just getting absorbed. A lot of absorption. Getting smashed straight down. Wow, SPX has lost its exposure level. This is really bad. I'm out of here. Checking news. Not what I wanted to see. VIX climbing again. NQ slicing through every single level. It's crazy, man. The pullback long isn't working out. We're either getting a trend day where you can't get in, or then we're just collapsing and nothing can stop it. Just swinging while swinging both sides. There's just no buyback. Or when they're buying, there's no sell-off. You grabbed a short. Yeah, this is really aggressive selling. Really aggressive. It's getting even more aggressive right now. The selling is getting even more aggressive. SPX is trying to fight here. I'm just going to pop along here. On the basis that SPX is going to hold this gamma level. It's a very important gamma level on the S&P 500, so I'm basing my long off there to get some buyback. And now we're getting some really aggressive longs coming in. This could be a very aggressive move to the upside. Really nice buyback here on SPX on NQ. Really beautiful. Crashing into a little bit of resistance, but they're squeezing shorts now. Big squeeze against the shorts. Really nice. Really nice buyback on NQ there. Trying to squeeze shorts. Yeah, ripping through the order book now. The longs, they're ripping through the order book. Shorts are coming in, but they're getting smashed to pieces now. I'm up 70 some points on here. I'll take her off right there. So yeah, really important support here on the SPX that's the biggest level, edge pressure level on SPX. We saw the buying coming in on NQ at this point, because if SPX loses this level for real, it's going all the way down, back down to fill its gap from Monday. Well, that was decent buyback. I think this has probably got some more legs higher. Shorts are getting aggressive, but I think they're going to get smashed right now. Yeah, they're getting really they're getting obliterated right now, the shorts. You got a big order waiting there. I think they're gonna smash through this big order before we see any pullback at 765. I'll be surprised if that doesn't get taken out. So they've got some limit shorts waiting at 765. I would be very surprised if they don't take him out. VIX is pulling back, really beautiful on that bounce. It almost got to midpoint, you see that? And then we've got the bounce. Yeah, it's taken out almost took it out. Oh wow, 160 order short trade right there, taken out. Beautiful bounce, beautiful bounce. Really beautiful, guys. Really beautiful. Anybody who held that longer than me had balls of steel. But that's beautiful, man. Yeah, SPY is back above 0 gamma as well. Big overshoot on SPY, but SPX was at the key level. really healthy buying, but they've taken out that big guy now, so we could get a pullback. I was out way earlier, yeah. You've got PTSD, dude, from last week, and I don't blame you, to be honest. Just size it down. Just size it down. It's not worth going in with big size this week. Just let the market calm down. Yeah, ES was at its major gamma level. You see that? And the Valieri low as well. Yeah, so that's why I said at pre-market, I said ES and SPX is going to lead the way today. SPX and SPY. So we hit it here based off SPY. Got taken out. Re-entered about here. No, sorry, I re-entered on SPX. So when SPY was there, SPX was here. Stopped out that trade, got back in here, and nice trade. Bulls ripping to the upside now. But yeah, some consolidation in this low volume area makes a whole lot of sense. $821 is probably going to be a resistance for bulls. Yeah, this is just monstrous. SPX now getting into some resistance. Can it blow past it? We shall see. Order flow is nice and healthy, still to the upside. I assume you closed out the short, right? K-Dog. Just hit the VWAP on NQ and this the LVN. You get through that, and then you're gonna get to where I thought my original long was gonna come in. So on a normal good day, that would have been two wins and one loss. Rather, it's 2 losses and 1 win. If I didn't get hit with slippage here, that would have been one win. Hit long here, got stops, and then went long again. At this point, that would have been 2 wins and a loss. But yeah, you can see we're rejecting off that 820s. Yeah, good boy. But that's what a lot of people did that day as well. They took a short probably here. They got out here. And then 99.9% of people would not have caught that down. They would have caught this part. of the short. Yeah, now we wait. Well, we're getting alright action though, compared to yesterday. If I was going to take a trade again, I'd wait for SPX 66, 65. It's possible they can bring it all the way back down. Yep. I'm down on the day right now. In the whole 130 on one account and 212 on the other account. So yeah, if SPX doesn't give me that pivot again, I'm not going to trade. But they're trying to sell off aggressively again. Let's just get ready. New 30-minute candle just open. Expect sell through it or bounce. I think it'll bounce. I think this level will bounce again. From here to here. Not sure it's going to get a massive bounce again to here. But I do expect some form of a bounce and then maybe it goes back down. And they're selling this thing hard again. NQ's flirting with its value area low again. SPY is tanking. So yeah, ES comes back down here. I'll probably pop again. Just waiting for it. And from here to here. Because if it loses this level, it's curtains. It's coming all the way down to previous day low. Getting some buyback here. I just want to see it down here before I take a long. NQ might, by the time SPX gets down here, NQ might sweep the low again. NQ is really weak. It's trying to buy back. NQ is trying here. Really big buying coming in on the tape right now. Really big buying. Yeah, they're taking it higher. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. They're front running the bounce. Yeah, they did that to me yesterday as well. Now we're getting a massive bounce. Yeah, I could see it in the order flow, man. There was really big buying coming in. Huge orders on the tape from the bulls. But if they don't get any continuation, then these guys could get trapped. But right now, they're parting right now. Negative 4,500 contract shorts came in. Potentially could get squeezed out. Or on the other hand, you know, massive long aggressive longs came in, they could get squeezed in the other way. So there's a battle of who's going to squeeze who first. It looks like the longs might just win this battle right now. Aggressive buying. Yeah, really aggressive tape. No. Really aggressive tape. Yes, also bouncing as well. Shorts are trying to protect this level, but I don't think they're going to be very successful. I think they might push. I think the bulls might push through here. Honestly, there's premature shorts coming in. Yeah, they're looking like they're going to get smashed out, squeezed. You can see, look at these amount of shorts came up here, prematurely shorting aggressively, and now they're getting squeezed out. There's a lot of damage to do to the shorts here. This could be really aggressively moving higher. One side of the tape is going to get punished really heavily. If these longs get punished, you can get a bigger drop to the downside. Or if these shorts get punished, you can get a massive pop to the upside. Right now, it's pretty neutral, I would say. Still getting stuck at the VWAP. Damn, and look at the precision of that level that I was talking about. That previous week LVN hit it, smashed straight down. 167 point move. $119 shorts. Damn, so many shorts just got filled on the tape. Really, really aggressive shorting. The shorts are really trying to protect this area, but if they're unsuccessful, then this is gonna lead to a very big move to the upside. Squeeze them all the way to the point of control. 200-point move that would be. Or they're really protecting that area. They're coming in. They're really trying to protect the area. Really important support for the bulls. SPX bounce from this gamma exposure level to this one. I just want to see it back here. Before taking a long. Might not get it though. Who knows? We will have to see. Time for a coffee right now. I'll be right back, guys. All right, we are back. What did we miss? Just chopping the area so far. A lot of longs are trying to get in here. Just chopping the area around. Seen that quite often, huh? Where it chops and then makes its real move later. Order flow is favoring bulls at the moment. We're getting a absorption at the lows here. If you see the CVD, the delta is moving to the downside, but the price is putting in higher lows. So that is an indication of absorption taking place here at the lows. One sec, guys. All right. No Melanie today. Not seeing her in here. I guess she's not trading, huh? Today. Yeah, they're trying to auction this area. Previous week, point of control. There's going to be auction in there. She makes money, yeah. She does. They're just auctioning around the previous week point of control right now. A decision is going to be made pretty shortly. She is money. She is money, man. She's a smart lady. She has her own technique with trading, so whatever works, right, for the individual. Something that works for me is not going to work for everyone. Something that works for her is not going to work for me. Every individual is unique, and you will have to you have to find your style and pick your style and stick with it. Even like the most successful ICT traders, they take the core concepts and then refine that. I think that's what Kane did. And Jade Cap, he's a pretty successful trader. I think that's what he did too. So they can see something in the strategy itself. When you see that, when you see the potential in it, then you can just refine it over over time, and then it will come out to be your model. And that's what I did. I learned order flow trading, and then I refined it. I started going down the path of gamma exposure. I incorporated gamma exposure with order flow and volume profile. Yeah, direct funded ETF. Yeah, when I read their rules, bro, that fucking made no sense at all. It's ridiculous. I was just sticking with the firm with the least amount of rules, and that right now for me is my funded futures. Yeah. There's something going on, I've read, with CME tightening rules against prop firms. You're not allowed to short on one account and long on the other. So yeah, real trading now. I've never done that, to be honest. Shorted on one and long on the other. And this is crazy, huh? LVN previous week. LVN's right in the LVN of today. That's why it's acting as a door that's close to the bulls that they can't get past. Yeah, it's not real trading. You're just trying to beat the prop firm game. And you could do that, but in the long term, it's not gonna be very beneficial. They're just chopping this area. Really just chopping this area right now. Bulls getting stronger again. Let's just move this out of the way for now. This is either gonna chop around and then make it smooth, or we're gonna sell to the downside. But there is gonna be a big move coming. It's like a triangle in here right now. Look at this. I just want one more attempt along in this, where it looks really scary. Everybody gets really scary and bearish. It looks frightening, and then it just reverses. That's what I want to see. This chart, one slice down, everybody gets really afraid, and we can catch a nice reversal. That's the idea. Doesn't mean it has to work, but the point is, you lose this and you could quickly find yourself all the way back down to here. is this? And let's wait for this pivot. Shorts are not strong right now. The bulls are strong, but that could be just luring them into a trap and then pulling them down really fast, stopping them all out and reversing in the intended direction. So right now the shorts are weak, but you could see a big flushy candle coming in at any point, because even though the bulls are aggressive here, they're not really moving out of this area. If they get out of this area, then yeah, I think you're likely to be bullish for the rest of the day. Yeah, now the bulls are stepping in. Really stepping in, the bulls. Bears are trying to protect that area again around the VWAP. They're playing ping pong between previous week point of control and the previous week low LVN. Yeah, bulls are getting really aggressive here. They might just knock through this the VWAP. But I have seen this story before where they poke above the VWAP and then get immediately rejected. So yeah, I want to see if this is going to be bullish. I want to see a real continuation out of here. Yeah, serious aggression. Serious aggression here by the bulls. They just took their time, huh? Chopped this area at the bottom and now they're exploding higher. Well, let's see. I want to see continuation now, if this is going to be really bullish. Right now, that's what we're getting, is that spike above the VWAP, because usually you have a lot of shorts above the VWAP because there's VWAP traders. New 30-minute candle just opened as well, so we've got a splurge of volume. Usually you get VWAP traders, they place their stop just above the VWAP, and you know, I've seen it many times where you get the initial move above the VWAP and then it drops after taking all the stops. So if this is going to get really bullish, I need to see some continuation here from the bulls, and if we do see it, I think it's going to be bullish for the rest of the day. But if we don't, if we get the same pattern that I'm talking about, then we could come crashing down pretty hard quite quick. Let's see what happens. If they collect some more liquidity above the VWAP and then smash it down, maybe. ES looking really bullish though. Any trades, K-Dog? Or are you staying out of this market? Scalping. Yeah. You can scalp it. It's just ping pong between these two levels at the minute. You're gonna wait for confirmation. We're trading right at the VWAP right now. Is it going to be one of those where you get that spike above the VWAP that we just seen and then we start flushing down? Or are we going to get the continuation to the upside and be really bullish for the day? Right now, the latter. Yeah, I've seen that story play out many times where you get that spike above the VWAP, take out stops, and then immediately reverse it. Look at the reversal now. Damn, a lot of shorts are getting aggressive. What's the VIX doing? VIX is in decay. That's crazy. Yeah, ES is so bullish, that's why. NQ is really lagging today. ES is right here. NQ still here. Yes, it's super strong. SPX is super strong too. Yes, SPX and ES carrying the market today. That's why I was looking at ES pivots. We had better pivots to trade from on ES and SPX today than NQ. And ES is leading the indexes today. So we sit and wait for our pivot. If we don't get it, then unfortunately it's one of those things. I mean, the market wants to repair that imbalance fully. It hasn't done it yet. If you go out in the hourly, 67.39. That 4 hourly candle needs repairing. And that's what the market is trying to do. Let's just mark out that level, 30 minutes. because market's probably trying to get to 67.39 on the S&P 500. That's why I think the intended target is. Chopping the VWAP right now. NQ just faffing about, really weak. Let's put on the ADD. Which one did I used to have? Can't even remember now. It's not this. This is the one. So yeah, stocks are bullish on the index. We gapped up on stocks, majority of stocks came back, and they're trying to resume higher. Nothing too exciting happening right now. VIX is in decay. That's a really good sign for bulls. That was my expectation coming into this week, that we will see volatility suppression, and that's what we are seeing so far, which is fantastic. Good sign in the right direction for the bulls, but this doesn't mean after they come back from the Thanksgiving weekend that this market, the traders don't start hammering out volatility and shorts again. But just some relief in the market from the craziness that we had in the past 2 weeks. A very grindy day. Yeah, SPX is likely going to go on head towards that level. So you could just grind all the way up here, and then maybe in the PM sell off. But that's it. SPX, told you, gamma magic, the big gamma level, they held it, and now it's moonshotting. Yeah, massive delta just stepped in. Now it's bullish. Yeah, you ain't stopping this now. To at least probably 950s. Yeah, huge buying on stocks. Yeah, it would have been easy to say that hold your long from here, but yeah, all you needed to do really was just hold it from here to here. So we got in here, we got out quick, got out here, could have held to here, and that's pretty much the whole move you would have captured. Because if you get in here, you probably exit here. So it's just the same move. How is crypto doing right now? Bitcoin is selling off. I saw no love for crypto today. RTY is moonshotting. Wow. Look at this thing. Damn. These guys definitely are confident because they think there's going to be rate cuts. This index, small caps, is very sensitive to rates and liquidity. So QE and more rate cuts could be favorable for the Russell 2000. But yeah. So a lot of market maker hedging in here. That's why we're ping-ponging like glue here. Because because market makers were stepping in, hedging these levels. NQ is still pretty weak though, huh? Getting rejected on 236, that is so weak. At least what I expected, 887. Gonna get back test into support, the LVN this time. LVN sits right on the VWAP as well. Let's see the sectors. Mixed bag, huh? Google, Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, 5%, man, and AMD 7%. Yes, the chip stocks are taking a hammering today, huh? Yeah, look at the S&P. Financials are all green, consumer services green, health is green, retail is green. It's just tech. Apple and Google are alright, Microsoft's not too bad, Meta's flying. It's Netflix, Oracle, Nvidia, AMD taking a smashing today. Nvidia is down over 5%. Wow. Any news on Nvidia that you guys know about? Why are we crashing so hard? Oof. Wow. We're almost down 20% on Nvidia from the high. That's bear market levels. Damn. When are the buyers going to step in? That's crazy, dude. That is crazy. Oh, Tesla. Where's Tesla? Tesla's down to 400. Didn't make a new all-time high. And it may not. It looks a bit similar to what I did in the past, where I had this massive move, then a massive deleveraging, then a lower high. So you can see we had that big spike, massive move down, and now a lower high. Is this gonna be one of these? It's possible. It's very, very possible that happens. Take a look at Amazon. Looks alright. Did come down a bit. Sweep of the highs. Yeah, but usually when it sweeps a high after a massive drop, you do get another drop. Same thing happened here. You see this? We swept the high and had a massive rejection and then rallied to new highs. So you could get the same thing again. That's what usually happens. You can get another leg down here and then more continuation to the upside. Where is the moving average? So that's a 50-day moving average right now. You're long, K-Dog? Amazon's at the 50-day moving average. Got a bounce off it. People are buying up the stock. That's pretty much what we see. We saw here too. Or we got below it. The next stop would be 100 if this is lost. No, actually, leave that 50. Move this to 100. Oh, that's the... Okay, that's the 100. Let's put up the 100. This is weird. Let's just put in moving average. Let's put in 100. Let's move on to the weekly. Drag this to 50. All right. There we go. You're out with the scalp. Nice, Kato. Yeah, so far it's, Amazon is holding the 100-week 50 week moving average. It's holding it. I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but it's holding it so far. Maybe we get a move under it, like we did here and here. So we could come down into here before new all-time highs. Too much chop, yeah. I'm just be right back, mate. All right, we're back. Yeah, NQ still chopping this area. They might just want to bring this thing down, who knows? Well, VIX is in complete decay, so I'm not sure. NQ might come back all the way down to the lows, but ES looks pretty strong. It has swept again. Yeah. What a shit performance yesterday from United. That was a terrible performance. Absolute terrible. What was the need of keeping 5 defenders on the pitch? I really don't understand. What was the need of that? That made 0 sense. The whole point of having numerical advantages, so you have overloads at the top end of the pitch. Why do you need 3 defenders? Just didn't make anything. Yeah, but we made it pretty easy for Everton, to be honest. We didn't really even do much. Easy night for him. That fucking Joshua Xerxes he's a waste of time, that guy. I'm not too sure on our other striker either, to be honest. The new one that we've got, he looks like another clown. But yeah, really poor performance yesterday from United. Big opportunity yesterday. 10 men playing at home. Could have got, I think, up to 5th yesterday. I still have my doubts on this manager, to be honest with you. He hasn't convinced me yet. Just because we put together a little bit of a run, I'm not convinced at all with this guy. I don't like the system. The 5 at the back. Just don't like it at all. As I think is hindering our players. I reckon if we had a 4-3-3 formation, you'd see a much better performances from United, especially with the new boys there. Have a lot more balance in the midfield. There's no balance in there right now. Been trying to apply for to go live on TikTok as well, but my application to go live keeps getting rejected. It's not making any fucking support any sense at all. They're not even responding. TikTok. NQ just chopping around, doing nothing. So I'll probably wrap it up. In a few minutes. Really nothing for us to trade right now. I'm not in the business of clicking buttons for the sake of taking trades. I'll cook dinner. Eat dinner, come back in the PM, see if there's a setup. And see if I can sort out this TikTok stuff. NQ's looking a bit bearish, huh? Stocks on the NQ are not really selling here. NQ is not looking great. Couldn't even make it to the 3-4 Feb. Got rejected on the 23-6. That's a real weakness. Let's check a look at Nvidia. $200-day 50 weekly moving average is 150. We hit it once since 2023. We hit it once this year before. Are we going to hit it again, or are we unusual? When Nvidia is showing signs of exhaustion. It's a big market cap, man. I think it's the biggest market cap in the whole stock market, the biggest. 4.19 trillion. That is crazy. AMD had a massive gap up here. It's filling that gap right now. Yo, Melanie. You're in. How are you? Netflix, not a very good sign. It's lost the 200-week moving average. Oh, 50-week moving average. First time since we crossed it. January 2023. Almost 3 years. That's the first time we've lost the 50-day week moving average. You've been working, Melanie, huh? Palantir. Hit the 50 here once in August. Looks like it's going to come down and hit it again. We'll just look at AMD. Barber is a Chinese stock. Very slow recovery in Barber. Since that massive bear market in 2021. You work at home. Yeah, that's nice. You don't get stuck in shitty traffic. Have you not put on a trade today? Wow, Adobe, man, look at this thing. Made a higher low. It's tanking now. Look at this thing. Wow. London session. Man, imagine buying this thing in 2009. The crash. 4,100% on Adobe. Is this the end? Got a McDonald's pattern on it. Last time we got that big move, we came down, we actually made a higher high, even though it was a lackluster higher high. Then made a higher low and rallied. This time we've got the crash down. We've made a lower high, we made a higher high that time. And we're crashing. We're about to take out the low. Or is it going to repeat? No, the idea is that time it made a higher high. It's made a lower high this time. So it might make a lower low this time. Might come here and then reverse. So that's the idea. So last time we made a higher high and a higher low. This time it's made a lower high and it's probably going to make a lower low. So I'd be interested in a long position on this thing for a swing. At the 200 day monthly moving average, 227 right now on Adobe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and add an alert here. I'm going to add it at 237. Actually, I'll just add it a little bit higher so then I can reassess where the market is. $240. So I'm thinking this is going to be up here. This will come and sweep down, touch the monthly, and I'll be a buyer here of Adobe for a swing back up from there to there. 80% swing trade. That could potentially be a really juicy swing. So that's one alert I'm going to set on there. That's what happened last time, you see. During the 2008 crash, it came all the way to the 200 week monthly moving average. Let's get back to SPX. Just chopping away right now. NQ looks bearish, looking alright to me. YM looks overbought. YM, huh? So YM made a new all-time high, whilst the other indexes did not, and then had a very sharp correction down of over 5%. I think it corrected, it's actually down more than the S&P 500. Right now it's trying to take liquidity above this high. Was that wild Thursday sell-off? Yeah, it's almost there. I think it's going to do it. It's above the anchored VWAP as well, so it looks alright to me. Looks pretty bullish. I think it's going to do at least 50% of this move down before you see any sort of meaningful pullback now. Up there. Let's put some volume on it. Yeah. So I think before you see any sort of meaningful pullback, the target is in the right there. Potentially all the way to the value area high. which will likely be the 618, I assume. Yep. So first target, second target on YM. You can't take any trades. Are you not playing this liquidity sweep? Are you not going to play for this liquidity sweep above these highs? Order flow is looking bullish on it. Look at the stocks. You buy very high. What do you mean? I'm not playing this. I'm just analyzing it. Since you mentioned it, I don't trade YM. NQ's ripping, mate. There's your bearishness gone out the window. You're gonna wait for what? What are you waiting for? I think SPX is going to reach this level today, about 67.39. Yeah, for better entries, you're going to be swinging, right? You're going to be swinging for the fences. Nvidia starting to pull, starting to get some buyers coming in. That's why you're getting the big move to the upside now. On NQ, AMD is not getting the same love. Apple, Meta, Google, Amazon in the green, Netflix in the red, AMD in the red, Tesla in the red. Chip stocks are really taking a battering. This Neo stock looked really interesting to me. I recommended a Neo a while ago. Around this level, we broke out. It doubled since then, or almost doubled. That was a good swing trade. That we broke the trend line, we back tested it, and we moved aggressively off it. So it was a decent swing trade when I recommended that. And now we're getting like a inverse head and shoulders, maybe. You come back here and then it does this. I don't know, maybe. One hour 4 candle on NQ looks terrible. 1 hour 4 hour candle on NQ looks terrible. Explain. Why does it look terrible? Why, Melanie? Why does it look terrible? One hour turn bullish. these two bearish candles, retrace some of that move from yesterday. 4 hour looks all right. Yeah, I know, wicks. I don't like big wicks, but we've seen wicks before here too. Look, we still continued higher. Even this still continued higher. This is different. Why is it different? This time is different. How many times have we heard that on X? This time is different. Could be different. We shall see. Bitcoin selling off, looking terrible. Doji. Bitcoin is not looking good, but Bitcoin could bottom here and do that. That's my thinking. I think all this imbalance is gonna go up there at some point. Yeah, I took 2 trades. I'll tell you where I took them. I took this trade at the open right here. This sweep at the open into the LVN. Took it here, but I got filled here somewhere. I should have got filled here. That was the original idea, and I would have been out here at least 2/3. But I got really bad fill, and then I got stopped. About 35 point stop. Got stopped out. Then I took another trade here on where was it? SPX. Another one here. Got stopped. And then I took this one and pretty much made back everything I lost. So it's down a little bit on the day, but yeah, it would have been 2 wins, 1 loss, but it's been 2 losses and 1 win, but not down crazy because the win was pretty big. I think it was like 75 points, and the 2 losses were out. If you combine them, cumulative, I think probably about 80 or maybe now 90 points loss, and about 70-75 point win. So on the day, I've took a net loss cumulative about 20 points. So yeah, since then I haven't taken a trade. It's just chop chop chop. I was waiting for I was hoping when we were up here and we got this drop, I was hoping for SPX to tap that hedge pressure level again, or I would have taken another long. I was waiting for this pivot, never hit. So we wait. So just trying to do some other analysis. Some opportunities on cryptocurrency and some possible swing trades into Q4. And Q just grinding away. Volume is dead. VIX is in decay. Complete decay. That I mentioned at the start of yesterday's stream, that I expected VIX to start decaying this week because of the short week. Nobody's going to be wanting to hold options this week because of time decay in options. They call it data. So because of that reason, I expected volatility suppression this week. So that's why we're getting some relief on the indexes. SR boys would have said this was a SR level. Look at this, huh? Resistance, flips, support, and a massive bounce. We're just chopping around. Chop, chop, chop. I think we're going to chop until SPX goes here. So a little bit like this, and then maybe like that. Possible. Then you see the VIX just do this. We'll see. Well, stocks are bullish right now. Everything looks all right. QQQ's trying to get it. It's getting rejected so far off the hedge pressure level, a big level. If it can flip it, then I think it's going to fill its gap. So if it flips this level, I think it's going to get a gap fill from today. And if that happens, then I expect SPX to be up here. Well, that's pretty much the idea. Don't think I'm going to get a trade. Very unlikely. If I see something in the PM after this, maybe it does that, I may take a trade from SPX from this gamma level as a short scalp trade. But I've taken 3 trades, which is a decent amount. I generally like to have my trades a little spaced out. Those 3 trades were taken in a very short space of time, but we got, you know, big volatility at the open, and that happens quite a lot. I'll give it another 5 minutes, and yeah, not gonna FOMO. I'm down on the day, but that's okay. Still in capital protection mode, and we will get better setups. We will. That will happen. So we wait until we get A+ setups, and that's what we do. So not chasing. Gonna switch off and go and cook the dinner. Just chill out for the afternoon, figure out this TikTok stuff, why it's not letting me do any live streaming on there. Try and figure that out. And then if we get anything in the evening, in the PM session, I'll jump into Smooth's stream, and I'll shout you guys in there. But right now, there really isn't much to talk any further in regards to this market. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done here. We're just chopping around, and I think we're going to continue to chop around for a bit until those targets are hit on SPX, and until QQQ fills its gap. So guys, trade safe, trade smart, don't be a dumbass, and I will see you in the next one. I'll catch you guys in Smooth's. Goodbye.